2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Well, good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday the 2nd of November, and it's Deviled Egg Day. And a big happy birthday to KD Lang, Nelly, Samantha Janus, and David Schwimmer. It's been billed as our last chance to have an impact on climate change, and leaders from around the world have been focused on the need for urgent and clear action to limit the damage from global warming and meet the 1.5 degree temperature target. So, with the weight of history upon him as the host of the COP26 Climate Summit, Boris took to the stage.
Welcome to Glasgow and to Scotland, whose most globally famous fictional son is almost certainly a man...
Whoa, hold on, what? Where's this going? Braveheart? Robert the Bruce?
Called James Bond.
What? No.
Who generally comes to the climax of his highly lucrative films strapped to a doomsday device, while a red digital clock ticks down remorselessly to a detonation that will end human life as we know it.
Right. We know you watch No Time to Die in the Big Blue briefing room, and you can definitely put it through as expenses now, but what about the climate conference, pal?
We are in roughly the same position, my fellow global leaders, as James Bond today.
Jeez, maybe the Prince of Wales had some more sensible opening remarks, eh?
We have a precious opportunity to make sustainability the growth story of our time, yet the window for action is, as we all know, rapidly closing.
There was a lengthy list of speakers at the COP26 summit on Monday, including the UN Secretary-General, Prime Minister of India Narendra Modi, who pledged India would reach zero emissions by 2070, and Joe Biden, who called the climate crisis a threat to human existence as we know it. The Queen spoke of the importance of action for future generations.
We none of us will live forever, but we are doing this not for ourselves, but for our children and our children's children.
Sir David Attenborough, the lifelong environmentalist and increasingly vocal campaigner, also had a call to action.
If working apart, we are force powerful enough to destabilise our planet, surely working together, we are powerful enough to save it.
And even as a deal was agreed to help stop deforestation, there were voices of those most at risk from global warming, including the Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Motley.
Our people are watching, and our people are taking note. How many more voices and how many more pictures of people must we see on these screens without being able to move? Or are we so blinded and hardened that we can no longer appreciate the cries of humanity?
Even as Boris was getting all James Bond in Glasgow, the row over fishing permits with France rumbled on. Although France have paused plans to block British boats ahead of more talks, new Foreign Secretary Liz Truss sounded like she's had enough of the French fishermen when she spoke to Sky's Kay Burley.
The French have made completely unreasonable threats, including to the Channel Islands and to our fishing industry, and they need to withdraw those threats, or else we will use the dispute resolution mechanism, which could lead to taking direct action in trade.
There were 40,077 new cases of COVID-19 yesterday and 40 additional deaths. Monday marked the day that Johns Hopkins University calculates that 5 million people have now died during the pandemic, although the World Health Organization estimates the total could be 2 or 3 times higher. Monday also saw the word vax being declared the Oxford English Dictionary's word of the year as walk-in booster clinics opened across the UK. And Dr. Catherine Henderson of the Royal College of Emergency Medicine warned that even before winter gets going, the NHS is in a really bad place.
We're already in a terrible place where we have got large queues of ambulances with vulnerable people and other patients at home waiting to be picked up by the ambulance. That's the thing that really worries me, that these are patients who've not yet received treatment, that we're really struggling to get into our healthcare facilities.
Still to come on the Smart 7, Spurs sack their manager and Star Wars fans are getting a Christmas present from Disney Plus. Right after this.
You're listening to the Smart 7. If you're enjoying it, you might also like the Smart 7 Ireland edition. Just search and follow us on your favourite podcast platform. There was one Premier League game last night with Wolves taking on Everton and winning 2-1. And after 123 days, Spurs sacked manager Nuno Espirito Santos yesterday. His failure to produce a result against a struggling Man United was the final straw for the Tottenham board. Former Chelsea manager Antonio Conte looks set to take over, and the editor of Forza Italian Football, Conor Clancy, says there's no better man for the job.
He knows how to rescue a sinking ship. When he took over the Chelsea job as well, it was after Mourinho had basically burnt everything to the ground before he left the previous season. Conte's been there and done that.
Speaking to Thierry Henry at the end of his Chelsea reign, Conte made it clear he's not someone who tolerates bad behaviour in his dressing rooms.
If someone haven't the good attitude during the training session or good behaviours in different circumstances, I prefer to kill him.
Living legend Brian Cox, no, not the scientist, the veteran actor who stars in Succession, appeared on This Morning on Monday. They discussed the recent tragic events on the set of the movie Rust, which saw cinematographer Halyna Hutchins killed when Alec Baldwin discharged a prop gun. Phil wanted to know about a live firing incident that Brian had had when he worked as a stage manager.
Oh, God, yes, I forgot. It's in the book, yeah. I was showed by somebody how to hand somebody a gun, and he handed it to me, and I went, closed it. Oh, yes, closed it, yes. And I fired the gun by accident, and it burnt the end of his nose.
Oh, my God.
It was horrific, but it was also kind of farcical as well.
Yeah.
There was good news for Star Wars fans on Monday as the trailer dropped for the brand new Mandalorian spin-off series The Book of Boba Fett. It's been described by Mandalorian creator and showrunner Jon Favreau as kind of Mandalorian Series 2.5, but it's a standalone series starring Tamira Morrison and Ming-Na Wen. The first episode will screen on Disney Plus from December the 29th.
Jabba ruled with fear. I intend to rule with respect. I'm here to make a proposal that's mutually beneficial.
What prevents us all from killing you and taking what we want?
If you had spoken such insolence to Jabba, he'd have fed you to his menagerie.
Please, speak freely.
This has been The Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day.
Written, produced and published by Daft Doris.